How many books are even on my Goodreads TBR? 822? Hey besties. So, I have a dilemma. There are simply too many books in the world that I want to read. And lately I've been feeling like I've been doing a really bad way of tracking the amount of books that I want to read. Does that really make sense? Let me explain. I've known for a while now that my Goodreads TBR is not only super outdated, but just super out of control. I hadn't actually checked the number of books that I had under my TBR on Goodreads until literally just now. But the thing is, not only do I have my Goodreads TBR, I also have physical books on my shelves that are technically part of my TBR. And not only that, but I also have a Discord server, which I'm the only one in it, and I use it kind of as like a planning, organizing system. And in my Discord server, I have a channel specifically for books that I want to read, a TBR channel. And these are all books that I've heard about on TikTok specifically, because I find it easy to just like copy the link to the TikTok or take a screenshot or, you know, copy the name of the book from the comments and then post them into my Discord channel. So I like I've got them all recorded down, so I don't have to just like fill my TikTok with likes of book recommendations, because there would simply just be too many, right? But lately I've kind of been feeling like my whole life is just a little bit out of order. And also at the start of July I did a video where I planned out my month of reading. I kind of like a TBR video, and I had a really great time doing that video, and I kind of wanted to make it like a regular thing that I did on my channel, and maybe at the start of every month kind of sit down, go through my TBR, see what books I want to read, all that sort of stuff. But I realize it's going to be really difficult if I have no idea what's on my TBR, and just like if my TBR is just a mess, you know? Oh my god, get to the point already. Basically, I'm going to be organizing my TBR today. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. What I'm thinking is, first of all, I need to go through my Goodreads TBR, purge a whole bunch of books. I don't exactly have a set number that I want to get my TBR down to, but I would definitely like to, I would say at least kick off 100 books, maybe. I really don't know. I just know that I've had my Goodreads TBR for a very long time. So especially I'm thinking back to like the years like 2017. I think I might even have some books on there from like 2016. All the books basically before 2019. I'm thinking there will be a bunch of books that I've added that I actually have no interest in reading now. So I'm hoping if I go to the very dregs of my Goodreads TBR, I'll be able to kick off a bunch of books, get my Goodreads TBR number down a little bit. Hopefully she becomes a little bit less intimidating. I also need to sort out my Discord TBR. I don't know whether I want to get rid of my Discord TBR altogether, because I don't think I do. I think I want to just organize, instead of having random TikTok links, I think I want to only write down like the names of the books. I want to stop sending links to TikToks, and I think I might even organize the books in my Discord for like books that you can get on Kindle Unlimited, maybe books that I want to read for videos, like that sort of thing. And then probably at the end I might very quickly look at my shelves and see if there's anything I can do for my physical TBR. I don't think there really will be, but I might just, you know, look and see. This is probably going to be a very long process. It's probably going to be a short video for you guys, but I feel like it might take me a while. It might even take me more than one day. I don't exactly know how long this is going to take me. I have a lot to figure out on how I'm going to do this, but basically I just need something in my life to be organized. And while this kind of seems like a daunting task, it honestly seems like the easiest thing for me to organize right now. So that's what we're gonna do. Is this how you screen record? Oh yeah. Okay, so while I don't exactly know how I'm going to track my TBR, I thought I could go back to like the last page of my Goodreads TBR and kind of just show you the process of elimination that I plan on going through. So as you can see, these books were all added in 2016. That's actually so long ago. So already I can just see so many books that I can get off my TBR. So the one at the very top, Stars Above, it's an extra book in the Lunar Chronicle series. I've read this, so I can get rid of that. Any book that I've already read, because for some reason there are plenty of books on my Goodreads TBR that I've actually read. I think it's because I like mark them as read on different like editions of the book, so Goodreads doesn't like register that I've actually read it, so it needs to be taken off my TBR. So I imagine there'll be plenty of books that I can take off because I've just simply read them already. Then if we scroll down to what's a book, for example, The Girls by Emma Cline. I own this. I have a physical copy of it. So any book that I have a physical copy of and I have or haven't read, honestly just any book that I own, because if I own it, I know if I've read it or not. I'm just going to take it off my Goodreads TBR. I want my Goodreads TBR to be a minimalist. Okay, that's the goal here. And then there will absolutely be books on here that I have, like, I just, like, simply will not remember. Like, what the fuck is this? With the frog? What is Grave Mercy? What is Pivot Point? What is Vampire Girl? Totally Awkward, like, what? The Dark Days? Like, what are these? What are these books? I could not tell you. So there will be, I'm assuming, plenty of books that I just simply don't even know what they're about anymore because it's been so long since I added them to my TBR. So that's going to take a bit longer. I'm going to have to look at those, like actually look at them, read what they're about, decide whether I want to keep them on my TBR or not. This is why this is going to take a while. I'm not going to film me doing all of this. I don't think. I genuinely think it would take too long. I can't like screen record this or anything like that. But that's in my mind, that's the process of elimination that I'm going to go through. So I've like just started looking through my TBR, like going through the books that I don't really remember and stuff like that. And this is like really difficult, like knowing what to keep on my TBR, because like obviously like some of these books I'm just like, yeah, no, if I haven't picked it up by now, like I'm probably never going to pick it up, so I may as well just get it off my TBR. And if I randomly happen to pick it up one day, that's fine, that's whatever. There's no point keeping it on my TBR though, because I don't actually want to read it. But there are some books on here, like for example there's one book called The Moonlight Dreamers by Siobhan Curran, and there's this one book called Wink Puppy Midnight by April Genevieve Tukolke, probably saying that wrong. And like they sound interesting and like potentially something that I could pick up at some point. And so I don't exactly want to get them off my TBR, because if I get them off my TBR, I will forget about them. But they're not books that I actively want to pick up, if that makes sense. Like they're interesting, but chances, like I know in my heart of hearts, chances of me picking them up are slim to none. But I don't know if I should get rid of them or if I should keep them on the off chance that I want to read them. What do I do in this situation? This is going to be a lot harder than I thought. I thought it was going to be really easy. This is going to be a lot harder than I thought. I really didn't expect this to be this complicated. Am I overthinking things? Like, maybe I am.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so it's been a few days, but I've managed to go through my entire Goodreads TBR. And I honestly cannot believe what I've managed to get it down to. I don't think you will either. So as I said, I can't remember the exact number now, but I had originally 800 and something books on this TBR. Now I only have 273. That is an insane unhaul of books on my TBR, and I'm so happy that all of those books are gone. If you're wondering what I took off, as I said, I took off any physical books that I owned, I took off any books that I'd already read, I took off a bunch of just kind of like romances that I'd obviously added to my TBR, but honestly I probably had no intention of actually reading. Or if I did want to read something like that, I could very easily find it on like Kindle Unlimited, right? And basically a lot of really depressing YA. I don't know what I was into in 2017 to 2019, but apparently it was very depressing YA. I took up a bunch of depressing YA and a bunch of depressing middle grade as well. I also took off a bunch of generic cis-het white male written fantasy books, which, I mean, I probably won't end up picking up anyway. And I think that was probably like the majority of the stuff that I got rid of. And it seems I got rid of like 500 to 600 books, which is a lot. Like, that's a lot. I'm very, very, very happy with this progress. So this is my Goodreads TBR sorted. The thing that has been bothering me over the last few days though is my physical TBR. To be honest, my physical shelves, just in general, they're annoying me. So kind of want to sort that out. And the other thing that has been bothering me, I think I mentioned at the start of this video, I have a Discord server, and in that server I have a channel where I list a whole bunch of books that I want to read. Most of them I'm pretty sure are like Kindle Unlimited smutty recs from TikTok, but that's kind of what I want to do. I think the next thing I'll have to tackle is to go through all of those books that I've listed, all of the TikToks that I've just vaguely linked. But I think that's my next task. The next thing I have to tackle. I want to get my like digital TBRs sorted, I guess, before I move on to my physical TBRs. Okay, it only took me a few hours, but I've gone and organized my TBR list on my Discord. I mostly tried to get everything down here like all in one message, so I got a random like general romance section, books that are available on Kindle Unlimited, some fan fictions, because lately I've seen like a decent amount of good Wattpad recommendations. So also I had one anime series recommended off of TikTok, and just 2 authors that seem to just come up a lot. And before this, I don't know if I showed you guys, it was just like a whole lot of TikTok links, just random TikTok links. So I went through every single one, and those were all the books that I had linked, and now they're all written out and it's all nice. And now this is going to be super easy to just add books to. I've already added like a few like since organizing this, so I definitely think this is a lot neater and manageable or whatever. Okay, so it feels really good to have all of my digital book TBR lists organized, and I was kind of thinking I should organize my physical TBR as well, but I don't know if I really want to mess with my bookshelves right now, because we're gonna be moving soon. I haven't really talked about that yet, but we're gonna be moving soon. And so, I mean, if I'm gonna reorganize my books in any way, it's probably going to be after I've moved. Currently though, just to show you the situation, all of my current TBR books, like that's the little stack right there, the shelf by the end of my bed. I also have another little stack right there. That's also a little stack of TBR books. The rest of the books there are like, they're not on my TBR. That's just where they live. But I think for now, I'm happy to live with my little TBR stacks just sitting next to my bed on my shelves. I don't really think I need to organize anything else. So that's it for this video. This took me several weeks to do, for anyone who's wondering. Not that I worked on organizing my TBR every single day. I worked on it on a few days over the past 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But I'm just glad that it's done, honestly. And I think the next step, not in this video and probably not for a while, but I think the next step will be switching from Goodreads to Storygraph. Also, potentially getting a reading journal, getting like a kind of physical way of tracking the books that I read in depth a little bit more, and also maybe potentially tracking my TBR. Maybe. But this was really all I wanted to get done in this video, so thank you guys so much for watching. This was just something random that I decided to do. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know how you guys track your TBRs down in the comments if you want. I would be really interested to see how you track what books you want to read, if you only buy physical books, if you mostly read online, so you have online kind of TBR lists like me. Would be interested to hear about that. But that is it for this video. I will see you guys with another one sometime soon. Until then, bye!